guys, welcome back to the show. Today I've got a very interesting video for you guys. Today I'm going to talk about the 5 most iconic watches in my opinion. The first watch in my top 5, it has to go to the Rolex Submariner. A true A-list watch. It is A-list. If this was a celebrity, this is the likes of Robert De Niro. This is the likes of Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone. These guys are internationally known across all age groups and all demographics and target audiences. They are recognized wherever you go. You turn up in a party wearing a Rolex Submariner, even if your crowd that you're with know nothing about watches, they're going to recognize the Rolex Submariner. The Rolex Submariner, I have to include a dive watch because they're really, really popular. But the Rolex Submariner is a very, very versatile watch. It was very much a tour watch, but now the Rolex Submariner represents so much more. It's a dress watch, it's a sports watch, it's an icon, and it comes in many different variations, from steel version, ceramic in two-tone, precious metal gold, white platinum. There are many variations. You'll find the kind of style that you want, but most importantly, it holds its value. It's got extremely good resale value, guys, and it is a watch that you cannot go wrong with. It's very cliche, but there's good reason for it. It's durable, it's strong, it's slick, it's stylish, it's timeless, it's just really well executed. And you know, if you can find one at a reasonable price on the used market, I pretty much guarantee you will be able to sell it for what you paid for it. And there are very few watches that can guarantee that you're going to be able to sell it for the money that you paid for it. Okay, and that's why it's on my list. Second watch on my list, I wanted to include a sports chronograph watch. I'm a big fan of both dive watches and especially sports chronograph watches, and I was deliberating between the Rolex Daytona and the Omega Speedmaster, and the watch that I went for is the Omega Speedmaster. And a lot of you guys will be umming and ahhing now, but forget price. You know, this watch is the equivalent of the Rolex Submariner in the sports chronograph world. It's got a very distinctive look. The Omega Speedmaster comes in many different variations, but it's timeless. You know, this, if it was good enough for NASA guys, it's going to be good enough for my top 5 iconic watches. One of the first watches to be on the moon, the Omega Speedmaster Professional Moon Watch. It's got the history, it's got the horology, you know, it's got good variations. You've got, if you want to go manual wind, you've got the manual wind version. If you want to go the coaxial automatic, you could go down that route. But it's got a distinctive look. It's not so much of a showman's watch. It's a little bit more conservative in style if you want to go down that approach. But it holds its ground amongst watches that are 10 times more expensive than the Omega Speedmaster. It's an icon, a legend, and its history is very difficult to match, and very few watches have been on the moon. And the Omega Speedmaster is a sports chronograph racing watch, but it also went on the moon. And for that aspect of it, I have to say it has to be on my list of top 5 iconic watches, and it has good resale value as well. It is basically the sports chronograph version of the Rolex Submariner. And you know, I love the Omega Speedmaster Professionals. They've got so much variation. You're going to find one in the style that you want. They've got a real cult following, just as much as the Rolex Submariner, I would say, and people swear by them. They're absolutely loved by enthusiasts and watch collectors. But you turn up to any party, you know, and it is an A-list watch. It's an A-list celebrity. If the Rolex Submariner is Robert De Niro, for example, The Omega Speedmaster could be Al Pacino or Sylvester Stallone, you know. This is an instant classic, timeless watch that hasn't evolved much over the years. The design has remained the same and it will continue the same design. It will mainly only evolve slightly in the movement, but the manual wind is still going strong. If you wanted the automatic version, you do have the coaxial automatic versions as well. And yeah, they're just lovely, lovely watches, and I own one as well. I own a two-tone automatic version I absolutely love, and that's why it made my list, guys. Now, watch number 3 in my list of top 5 iconic watches. And I've been deliberating now. Things are getting more difficult because I only have a few more slots in my list, and it has to be another Rolex. And can you guess? It is the Rolex Datejust. Where can you start with a Rolex Datejust? When I think of Rolex as a brand, I don't know why, I think of the Rolex Datejust, even before the Rolex Submariner. It's probably Rolex's most important watch. It's one of their best-selling watches, if not their most best-selling watches ever. Fact, you know, sales for the Rolex Datejust are absolutely immense, and I think it's between the Rolex Submariner and the Rolex Datejust. You know, the Rolex Datejust hasn't changed much. You know, it's been around since 1945 when it first introduced the date. It was the first water-resistant watch. It comes in many different variations and different sizes. It just hasn't changed at all, guys, and it's an icon. It's been in so many films. This watch is a legend. You know, this watch it's been around the block. It's won the Oscars if it was a celebrity, an actor, or an athlete. You know, it's a very versatile watch, and probably the most versatile watch on the marketplace today. And you know, I love the vintage Rolex Datejust. I think they're great. I've got a Rolex Datejust 16014. I've had many Rolex Datejust 16001s. They're absolutely great. And why I recommend them, I've never ever had a problem flipping a Rolex Datejust. I've been able to sell them very easily, even without box and papers, guys. So that's why it makes my list. It's such a versatile watch. If you're a one watch guy, you could probably get away with owning a Rolex Datejust. It's such a good watch, guys. It ticks off every box. It's so versatile. It's very diverse. Both women and men love them, and it's probably one of the most essential watches. I would say you need to have one in your collection at some point, and it's a piece that you can easily flip and you get to enjoy. It's timeless. It really is timeless, guys. It's been going since 1945. The designs haven't changed much, only in size and movements as such, but overall the initial concept and design and aesthetically it has remained the same. So that is one of the watches I've included in my list. Watch number 4, and this is in no particular order, guys, okay? So we've got the Rolex Submariner, we've got the Omega Speedmaster, we've got the Rolex Datejust, and now I need to include, in my opinion, an aviation timepiece. And when I think pilot's watch, I don't know about you guys, I think of the Breitling Navitimer. When that turns up to the party, there's no mistaking it for any other watch apart from the Breitling Navitimer. Yes, there are loads of other homages of it, but the Breitling Navitimer is their original bad boy pilot's watch. It's a cool looking watch. I love the dial. I love that slide rule bezel, and it's so famous for that combo of the chronograph and the slide rule bezel, what gives you in-flight calculations. It was adopted by the military, you know, and the pilots for calculating, you know, fuel and speed. And even up to today, although planes have gone digital, they use that combination of an analog watch of the Breitling Navitimer as a backup solution if their systems were to go down. However, this watch just oozes class. I love the way it looks. It's another A-list watch to go on my list, which actually retains its value very well, a lot better than some of the other Breitlings that are within the range. It just holds its value very, very well. It's got a very good resale value, and you'll be able to flip it quite easily if you wanted to sell it. Okay guys, so that is definitely on the list. I know Breitling have got their problems at the moment and they've sold out, but the Breitling Navitimer for me is one of the, if not the #1 iconic pilot's watch out there. Watch number 5, and at this point guys, I'm deliberating so many different watches, from Patek Philippe Nautilus, from my Omega Seamaster Professional. So many different watches going in my mind. It's not about price or anything like that. It's what watches I think are most recognizable. You know, if even from a Seiko 5 to a Seiko X, they're not quite making the list. Even, you know, Royal Oak APs, you know, all go through my mind. Even the Jacob LeCoultre Reverso is going through my mind at this point. But I'm thinking it has to be the Cartier Santos 100. Despite it being over 100 years old, it's instantly recognizable wherever you go. It's got that distinctive rectangle style with the Roman numerals. It cannot be mistaken for any other watch apart from the Cartier Santos watch. It's got a great history. It's an aviation watch. It was that transition between a pocket watch and a wristwatch. It opened the door to modern men's wristwatches of today. It's got a great history behind it, with Alberto Santos, who hooked up with the French brand Cartier, the jeweler, and they created a watch that was on a strap, which, you know, it really opened the doors for even the likes of Rolex today. And, you know, in terms of resale value, the Cartier Santos 100, unlike the other Cartiers within the range, it does have reasonably good resale value. Don't get me wrong, if you buy it new, you're gonna lose money on it. If you get it on the used market, it does hold, you know, you will be able to sell it for what you paid for it. You know, it's a great looking watch. I absolutely love the Cartier Santos 100. Real icon. I love that distinctive rectangle style. It was a bit of a personal choice because I do have, you know, a soft spot for the Cartier Santos 100, not for all of their range of models, but it is a great watch and it's an icon. You know, it's been around for over 100 years and it's still there. It's timeless and classic in design, and it doesn't seem to age. It just ages very well, and I think, you know, it's going to be here for the next 200 to 300 years plus. You know, it's a great watch, guys. So I hope today's really helped, guys. I hope you enjoyed my little guideline in no particular order before you slaughter me in the comments. I'm sure I'm missing out on a lot of watches that you would have in the top 5, so please leave down below in the comments your top 5 iconic watches you will recommend and why. And don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. I've got some more videos coming your way. Take care, have a great day.